side was looking at us like, why are we attacking a native man? That's where the confusion happened. When all
And
along, Robbie was a whole white man.
White
that
boy.
shit, let me tell you
Hmm.
something. That shit blew up bad. You hear me?
Bad.
Yeah, it did.
And it was a gentleman, it was a native man that I was speaking to when I was trying to, we was trying to fix the situation. And that's how I met Victoria. I had a conversation with Victoria in the inbox, in the DMs, and she got upset because I told her about my great great grandmother.
Mhm.
Now, I ran with Denise and Rabbi. I ran with Cuban Delight and Rabbi.
Oh,
But you
Hmm.
yeah.
hated me.
Bullshit. White people.
More. Victoria hated me more than she did them, and now you running with the same ones that I got into it with y'all for in the first place.
Yep.
Now the situation with Mia Stay Gold is different from that. Mia Stay Gold made a
That
video
lady.
that
Uh,
was very disrespectful towards people in the black community. Okay, y'all say we cousins. Okay, but don't treat us like we underneath you, because we're not.
Hmm.
Problematic
Right.
black people that we address just like y'all have problematic native people that y'all address. We address it differently.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Time that she made, I was very offended by that. So I called Mia State Gold out. Mia State Gold is
Right.
not the entire native community.
Right.
And they tried to weaponize the native community against me, her and her husband, because they
Mm.
went over there to try to figure out why somebody called Anthony's command. I said, well, this is a black community problem. Well, I'm only worried about Anthony, not you. And I said the same. No, I said the same people that did it to him is the same people that's doing things to me. Well, I'm worried about him, not you. But you claim you care about the black community, but you
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
single out which black people you want to bring help to,
hmm.
and that ain't
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm.
Because if some shit break out and the Native Americans need help, I'm helping everybody. I'm
Yep.
not going to just not help you because I got a problem with you. No, I'm gonna help you and then I'm gonna move around.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
So that's the difference. You understand? So outside. Yes. So if we gonna talk about the Native community coming after me, that shit with Rabbi, that shit was awful. Never once
Yeah.
did that take up for me.
Nope. And they made it seem like Alicia was the one attacking. They made it seem like Alicia was behind the hit list. It was actually Labyrinth. They made it
Right.
seem like Alicia.
Mm.
They threw Alicia so far under the bus that I had to go under the bus and pull her out. And we actually sat. We didn't like each other. Now, mind y'all, we didn't like each other, but we sat for 3 hours
Right.
talking and getting rid of all the lies and getting to the meat and potatoes. Getting
Facts.
in on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram, right? On Instagram. We sat there and we talked and we got to the meat and potatoes. But they threw Alicia under the bus during that time.
And mind
And
you, Victoria and I were friends at this time. Victoria and I were friends the entire time. And that's why everybody's, anybody in native TikTok that's wondering why I'm so upset with Victoria is because we were fucking friends. We
Mm.
talked for hours. And the only reason I pulled back from our friendship and I called her on the phone like a grown ass adult and told her I was pulling back and that I was going to be removing myself from all of her platforms because I was her moderator, she was my moderator. You know what I'm saying? Across all the platforms we had profiles on, we were each other's moderators. And I
Can we
called her and
can we
go
explain who
ahead.
Victoria is for people that don't know who Victoria is?
Victoria C859. She is a native creator who is causing, a drift within the native community, and it's unacceptable.
All right.
It's
Hmm.
unacceptable. And, she was getting closer and closer to the fold and closer to Cuban. She posted the video supporting Cuban and then freaking went up to line.
Let me say this, Chevette, before you
Go
say
ahead.
that. My bad. Let me say this part. Mind you, Victoria talked to me too outside of the app.
Uh huh.
And I talked to her about T Nathan and how he was doing all this ish to me. And she sat on the phone and talked to me about T Nathan. And then a week later, she promoted Cuban Delight's book. I
Right.
didn't forget that, Victoria. I just never said anything, but I just wanted to make that clear so everybody could see the timeline. Victoria and I used to talk outside the app. She did get me an Every Child Matters shirt because we were friends, Victoria.
Mm
That's why you did that. It wasn't until you promoted a black fisher I unfollowed you.
Right.
That's why. Because if you're okay with a white woman pretending to be black, I cannot deal with you because I would never be okay with a white woman pretending to be native.
Right.
I just want to say that because I want to make sure people understand.
And you supported the Native community when we had that same issue within our community. You supported us 100%.
Every time. Every time there was a native fisher, I would drop videos. I would never put them on my live. And trust and believe, I would never put money in their pocket.
Right.
I would never do that. But go ahead, Chevette. I just wanted to say that so the timeline stays clear.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Because freaking, when I called Victoria, before I called Victoria and parted ways with her, I sat on her live with T. Nathan, both of them, and I screen recorded both of them. And we got on the phone afterwards and we went through it one by one. Victoria and I, we got on the phone for hours after her live and went through it one by one because she was, she made it appear like she was hearing me out about T. Nathan in the fold. Like she was hearing Goddess Mia and she was hearing myself out, of giving her a clear, just a warning of who was trying to smoosh her over into the fold, and it was a respectful parting of ways. There was no animosity. Right. And then when T. Nathan posted my child in his video, I contacted Victoria because I was still under the assumption that we were still friendly. That's when Victoria and Mia Stagel did their videos against me, basically saying that that I freaking not the shit where you eat, basically. And it's like, dude, I don't care what he has to say, what T. Nathan had to say about me. He had no right to put my son in danger, period. And so for anybody in Native TikTok to wonder why I was and am still so upset with Victoria, it's because we were fucking friends. And we are both Native women at the end of the day. And that child inside that house on his games right now, because it's fucking Saturday, he's having the time of his life, is in there protected, and I gotta watch his back because my Native sisters decided to go after me rather than to stand and defend my child.
That's true. And that video that Pretty Roe posted on her account, that video is months old. Months old. Whoever that Native woman that took that video, Chevette dropped that video months ago when T. Nathan had her son on his page. Now, mind you, I text T. Nathan. I text him and I said, man, take that woman's child off your page. Censor that shit. You could talk about Chevette. Chevette grown and Chevette can handle her business. But censor the kid's face. He told me he was going to let the Native community handle it. And the next thing you know, here comes the attacks on Chevette.
Exactly.
I have the text messages. I have the receipt where he said he's going to let the Native community handle it. So I did a video. I did a big video and I showed where I had his mom on my page and it wasn't in malicious, but he wanted me to take it down and I did because I was respecting the fact that he didn't want his mom on my page. Mind you, again, I wasn't being malicious towards his mom. His mom just happened to be in that video, but I took it down. We're asking you to take down this child that is still on his page, that is still on Cuban Delight's page to this day. And he refused to do it. And the next thing you know, after he sent me that text that the Native community was going to handle it, here comes the attacks on Chevette. From two people that are either in the fold or are really close to the fold. Now make that make sense. And I could post those receipts because I don't care about T. Nathan. I could post that. Go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. I had no problem with what he's saying. I'm not going to address slander, lies, maliciousness. I'm not going to address it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, censor out my child. What does putting my child in danger do for you? Nothing.
Nothing.
But it puts my son in danger.
It was to gaslight and hurt Chevette because Chevette was speaking facts. See, Chevette was watching me get attacked. I didn't even know. This is what's crazy, y'all. I didn't even know I was getting attacked. I thought the truce that we had was actually still going. It was Chevette that started to notice that these people were attacking me, and she brought it to my attention, and I went to go look. I didn't even know I was getting attacked. We had a truce. We had a truce, y'all.
Mia and I didn't even talk on the phone when this happened. We didn't even, we supported each other on TikTok. We didn't even talk by phone until everything went sideways. And she thought that I was speaking against her when I was like, oh shit, this rabbit hole goes deep, because somebody had done a video in full support of Mia and the next morning was dragging her. And I was like, holy shit, you know? And so Mia thought that comment that I was jumping ship, you know, and I did a video and I was like, hold up, like, check your inbox. I got no problem. Like, I stand with you. And then she checked her inbox, and then we exchanged numbers, and we've been friends ever since. We've been learning each other and going through this ever since.
Ever since. We've been in the trenches since 2020, y'all. She was in the trenches with me with the white supremacists when they were threatening me. She was one of the veterans that duetted my video, the veteran video. Chevette knows and saw everything. Everything. And she never wavered. I thought she wavered, but I thought everybody was wavering at the time. So I was just unfollowing all types of people. And she did a whole video and she was like, I understand, Goddess Mia, and you don't have to friend me again, but this is what I meant. And so I went back and checked the comment, you know, because sometimes I do read comments wrong. So I said, okay, well, I read the comment wrong, and we talked. And then I put her back on my page, and she ain't never left since. She been stuck on my friends mutual since then.
I want to say something that I think that a lot of them over there don't realize. There are so many people that have been here since day one. That know the timeline, that know exactly what's going on, that knows how things played out. And they're speaking as if they're actually acting as if there's no proof. That's why they get your pages taken down. So they can further their narrative. But you can't do that because there's too many receipts on y'all. And I just want to slide in a second. I went live earlier today at the police station. Because my problem is this. Y'all go after white people and cops for committing crimes against us. What makes you think that I'm going to sit around while y'all continuously make threats and solicit people to do bodily harm to me and my family? I want you to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. So you'll be all right, Rabbi. And you're telling everybody that's black people business, Rabbi, you are not black.
You are not black.
Somebody a snitch can call somebody a snitch. That don't even make
Here's
no
the thing.
sense.
It's not snitching, okay? This is why.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I
am a normal function. I am a normal functioning citizen in today's society. I am not a criminal.
Exactly. You know, this is different. When you are actively making threats, we have to protect ourselves. And that's something that I say on my main page all the time. The only time you're going to get me to actually go and report something is if you make a threat to me and my family, because there's going to be paperwork in case something happens to me. They can go knock on your damn door because ain't nobody going off me and nobody's going to jail for it.
Right.
You got me messed up.
No, you got me all the way messed up.
That's protecting.
He filed a report himself. Rabbi is the most contradicting white boy I ever seen.
You got
Do you
me all
see
the
that these problems rooted within the black community and the native community stem from one white woman pretending to be black, and from Rabbi pretending to be black? Two white people.
Two white people.
Two white people.
And they're trying to cause
and native TikTok has given, not all of native TikTok. I'm not going to put it on the whole community, but there's a good portion of native TikTok that keeps giving this white woman who is offensive to the black community a seat at the table in the native community, and it's unacceptable.
It makes me mad because, like, what if she was running around doing this in the native community while pretending to be a native woman? Y'all wouldn't stand for that shit.
Nope. They sure
So
wouldn't.
why do we as black women have to tolerate that?
We don't.
Why do we have black men at the forefront of this woman?
Nobody black over here tolerating that nonsense.
No, I know that. I'm saying, why do we have these black men at the forefront of this white woman protecting her so she can you to attack and tear down while pretending to be a black woman.
Exactly.
Yep.
Simple
And
things like I
let
told
me
y'all
say
she
this
had a
too. Let
bald
me say
spot.
this too.
Look, I told y'all she had a bald spot, right? I told y'all she had a bald spot right there where that bald spot was. That dog yanked her braids out. She told me that her. I told y'all. I don't have to lie about nothing.
But here's the other thing too, right? This is what really disappoints me, especially with the black men. Let's talk about the black men on this app.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will
Please
sit
do.
here and defend the shit out of a white woman who is clearly white. I have shown, me personally, I have shown her birth certificate. I have shown her DNA. We have talked to her sister. We have shown y'all, and then it came out of her own mouth. She
Right.
said it herself. I am not black. I never said I was black. But yet here you black men defend the shit out of her from everybody. But all y'all same black men that are protecting her are the same black men that I boosted on my page when you had nothing, when you had barely 1,000 followers. Some of y'all I even helped get you to 1,000 followers. And I'm a real black woman. And what did you guys do? You either attacked me or you turned your back and you left me out there by myself. I don't want to get into it because you guys are scared of the fold. Y'all let me do that shit by myself. And now, there's some black men like Sobe, Marty, Mr. Jones, Blaze, actually standing for me, and y'all want me to say, "Oh no, they're disrespecting black women." Where the fuck were you guys at when the whole entire fold, including white people, was disrespecting me? Was calling me all types of bitches and hoes. Was talking about my mother. Where were y'all?
Exactly.
Where were y'all?
Right.
But y'all want me to tell these 4 black men who stood in the face of y'all and told y'all were wrong? Y'all want me to be mad with them? Make fucking sense.
You don't.
Where the hell were y'all?
Still
When
right where
T.
they at.
Nathan was calling me a bitch. Where were y'all?
That's
Where were
they
y'all
at?
at?
Bitchville. They in Bitchville. That's where the fuck they
Wearing
at.
his necklace. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all was wearing his necklace and let him drag a black woman. But T. Nathan told you that this white woman, who he knew was white, to protect her at all costs. And what do you black men do? That's exactly what y'all did.
Still doing. For that white trash bag.
Yep.
I just want to make that be clear.
You know, you gotta. I just want to make this clear though.
I posted.
This white woman is trying to put communities that she's not part of, either one of, against each other.
Yep.
That's what she's doing.
Even genders, bro. Even genders.
Yep.
Genders, it don't matter. She
black men
weaponize
against
anything
black
she can get her
women.
freaking witchy ass hands on. She's going to weaponize it for her benefit.
Yep.
But that was one of the things that me and Chevette, I used to call Chevette crying, bro. I used to call her crying, like, man, all these black men, where are y'all at?
You know, the most
now
peaceful
y'all want me to be mad because y'all don't agree with what some of these black men do?
Right. The most peaceful
ahead, Chevette.
night we had on the phone that had nothing to do with none of this drama was the night before freaking the dude got arrested the first time. We were up from 1 o'clock texting to 4 o'clock, and then we just got on the phone from 4 o'clock to 9:30 till we couldn't take it no more and went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were both out when shit hit the fan. And we didn't talk about none of this drama that night. We were just fucking 2 human beings learning each other, talking about all kinds of shit that had nothing to do with this.
Yep.
And people are running with this narrative, you
And
know, from clipping little videos here and there, you know, that anybody on this side called. I fucking was asleep.
Yep.
We were both asleep. I woke up around 12 in the afternoon.
I want to ask you a question, Chevette. Chevette, have you ever, and excuse what I'm about to say, have you ever seen me or watched me write anything calling you a $5 Indian?
Not me. No, it was a lady that made a comment on your post, and you addressed it, and you said, we're not going there, you know, basically. and freaking you asked her to be respectful, but it was like, and we all responded
Thank you.
like you left the comment. You know what I'm saying? But you
Mhm.
were addressing somebody who made the comment on your page.
Yeah, I don't play that shit.
And then,
Yep.
you know, and the thing is
This is
I
what I
had the
talk about when I
videos
say
I made
they
on
muddle
Alicia.
shit.
I had
They
them
muddle
on my
shit.
page. I had them on my page up until about 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And I finally privated them because you
Yep.
know what? Alicia and I are fucking square as square gets. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she was
Yep.
set up to make it look like she was attacking me. You know, and I popped off. I popped off.
Mhm.
You know, and what was I doing? I was like,
Mhm.
I was outside with my
That shit
family.
was glorious.
I was unaware I was being
That
attacked.
shit was glorious. But I
Yeah, that's
promise
what
you,
they doing, Blue.
once I responded, I after I posted the video, I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I didn't know what was going on.
Yep.
But then I
Yep.
realized after I started talking to
Yep.
y'all and I
Because
saw
that's
the
how they do
evidence
it,
that
though.
y'all had, they set me up. So they had everybody over here making it look like I was the one attacking them by myself. That's why she didn't want me to talk to
Nope.
Heather Share. That's why she didn't want me to talk to Goddess Mia, talking about I'm
Yep.
talking to the enemy. You a white woman. How can Mia be the enemy of me? And you a
Mhm.
white woman.
Yep.
Right.
You a black woman.
Right.
And let's be clear, Heather Sheridan and Victoria used to be friends as well.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
Mm.
you.
I was never
Yep.
friends with Heather
Yep.
Sheridan.
Yep.
Heather
Yes,
Sheridan
yes.
started
Repeat that.
following me
Repeat
on my
that.
live.
Repeat that.
Heather Sheridan and Victoria 859 were friends. They talked on a regular. They even exchanged funds. I don't know if it was Heather sending Victoria money or vice versa,
Yep.
but I mean, they were that close of friends that they were lending each other money. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yep.
between Victoria and Heather.
Yep.
But I know that much. I know that much because that came out of Victoria's mouth. I wasn't talking to Heather. I wasn't friends with Heather. Heather started following me when I was live with the Derek Chauvin case. You know, and she was in and out of my comments. That's when I first saw Heather. And freaking Victoria was the one that told me about her friendship with Heather.
She sent her thousands. Jesus. Okay.
Victoria told me the same thing. Victoria told me the same thing on the phone, that she was friends with Heather.
She said, I'm
That's
not going to
facts.
mess with Heather because we're
That's
friends.
facts.
Mm.
Exactly. But she negates to tell people how close of friends she was with Heather. And then you're sitting out here painting Heather out to be a white supremacist, and she's your friend. Y'all used to be friends. Y'all talked on the phone all the time. She
Heather was going to help her with her mother when her mother was in the hospital. Heather offered to go with her and help her with her mother.
If y'all got questions, leave them in the comment section.
And then you turned around and called her a pride hunter.
Any questions, y'all? Specific questions?